right now.
Another week, another potential public rebuke for a San Antonio City Council member. A vote of no confidence in Councilmember Clayton Perry expected to happen in about an hour and a half, but now a new development in just the last hour.
Yeah, we are standing by at Perry's offices right now, where the council member is about to make a statement, no doubt regarding that pending vote by his colleagues. All this following being charged in regard to a hit-and-run crash where DWI charges could be added. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger is at Perry's offices now, waiting that statement.
So, Garrett, the council is set to also ask Perry to step down. Is it safe to assume that that's what Perry's going to address shortly there?
Absolutely it is. We just don't know what he's going to say, whether he is going to resign or whether he'll try to hang on. But one thing we know for sure is that the city council doesn't appear able to remove him on their own. The charter says a council member does forfeit their seat if they are convicted of a felony or misdemeanor involving moral turpitude. Right now, Perry has just been accused of a crime, a misdemeanor, but it's an accusation that has come with some embarrassing details uncovered, as well as even more embarrassing video, so much that the council is prepared to take a vote saying that they don't have confidence in Perry's ability to do his job and think he should resign so they can appoint someone who can. Now, following a hit-and-run crash in which a witness followed the offending car to Perry's house, a San Antonio police officer arrived to find Perry bleeding from his head, lying on the ground and acting in a way that, in the words of the council resolution, suggests he was severely intoxicated. We are here. His arrest affidavit also states Perry had just caused a scene at Bill Miller's drive-thru just prior to the crash, in which he reportedly smelled of alcohol, had his eyes half closed, and tried to hand the manager his keys and wallet. The resolution asked Perry to resign, and I'm going to cut us off right there because we've just seen the councilman walk in. We're going to wait to hear what he has to say.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hello. Thank you, Councilman.
I'd like to actually be sitting down if possible. I know y'all are, because I got a statement to read.
Okay.
And I'll put it there. I'll put it up there where you're at.
We are looking at Councilmember Clayton Perry, who a week ago was involved in a hit-and-run accident. He has been under fire for quite some time. Even the mayor asking for him to give up his post on council. Today, of course, we're waiting to hear what council does about that, but now we have him about to make a statement.
Y'all all ready?
Not quite, sir.
Okay. Let me know when y'all are ready. I'll sit down.
All right, Perry's about to make his statement. If you are able to hear me right now, he's just waiting for one last news station to set up. But he is here to apparently address the special meeting that will be happening in about an hour and a half. I'm just waiting to hear what he has to say.
Ready? Everybody ready?
Yep. Sorry.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to let everybody know that I'm taking full responsibility and wholly acknowledge that my actions caused the accident that occurred on the evening of Sunday, November 6th. I am genuinely very, very sorry, not only to the occupants of the other vehicle, but to my district neighbors, my staff, the city staff, my family, and friends, and the community as a whole. I know there could have easily been much worse of an outcome, and I'm very, very grateful to God that no one else was injured. And I humbly and respectfully ask for forgiveness. I spent this past week convalescing, praying and reflecting on my bad decisions, At church yesterday morning, I was reminded that faith is a journey, not a destination. Faith gives us the confidence to be courageous. And I have faith that I can be better, I can do better, and make better decisions. That being said, I've come to the conclusion that while waiting for the investigation to conclude, I'm requesting a sabbatical from my duties as D10 councilman. During this time, I will be taking the appropriate measures as determined by medical professionals to ensure that this will never happen again. I commit wholeheartedly to whatever course of action or rehabilitation they recommend. I take my responsibilities as an elected official to District 10 and the City of San Antonio very, very seriously. Aside from my military career, public service has been the greatest privilege of my life. I sincerely apologize to the community for not living up to the standards and values you all deserve and I've sworn to uphold. I pledge to do whatever it takes to regain your confidence. Although I do not intend to resign my seat, I'm asking for some time for me to heal, for due process to play out, and for a little humanity and compassion. I'm a human, and I made a bad decision, a huge one. I'd ask that my colleagues show some compassion and patience in giving me time to make corrections for my most regrettable actions instead of rushing this resolution through today. At the end of the day, it's my belief that the people of District 10 who elected me should be the ones who decide who sits in this office. Thank you to everyone who's reached out with kind words of encouragement. It's not gone on deaf ears. I hope to regain the respect and trust that each of you has given me over the past 6 years. I'm sorry, and that's my statement for now. Thank y'all very much.
Councilman Perry, are you admitting then that you had been drinking that night?
I'm not going to answer any questions at this point. This is my statement, and I hope y'all respect that. There's a meeting today at 1:30 that I'm planning on being at, and I'm going to share this with my colleagues as well. So y'all are the first to hear this, and that's where I'm heading. Thank y'all very much.
Why not resign, though, sir?
Are you going to be at the meeting?
Councilman, don't you think that your ability to lead District 10 has been compromised by this? Councilman, even after a sabbatical, do you think that voters will forget about it?
Thank you.
Well, you just heard from Councilman Clayton Perry, who has said he is not resigning. He will be seeking a sabbatical, though. He says in order to deal with issues to make sure that this sort of thing does not happen again. But it's not clear exactly what that means. He seemed to imply that, his doctors might recommend rehab, but did not say that so explicitly. He also asked his council colleagues not to, quote, rush through this no confidence vote and request for his resignation, instead asking them for compassion, saying that he is human. Right now, though, it's not clear what they're going to do when that meeting at 1:30 comes around, but the councilman did indicate he plans to be there. So it's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Live at the D10 field office, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
A lot to unpack there, Garrett. Of course, we are going to be at that meeting at 1:30, and we're going to bring you all the details of that coming up on KSAT 12 News at 5.
Once again, the main thing coming out of that statement from Councilman Perry, not intending to resign. He's going to take a sabbatical from his duties as District 10 councilman. And once again, going to that meeting and reading that same statement that he just read to the media, he plans on reading that to the city council at that meeting this afternoon. So, of course, we will be there, and we'll have more for you on our website and on KSAT.com and on our KSAT 12 news at 5 and again at 6. So.
Meantime, we're going to move on to the other big story of the day, the weather. It is if you ever wanted to describe a nasty Monday, this is it. Look at that.
It's one of those Mondays where you just want to, stay in bed, not go to work. It is dreary, it is drizzly, it is cloudy. I will tell you, the sun is forecast to pop out later this afternoon. We've got a couple more hours of this kind of weather here in San Antonio. Let's show you the big picture first and show you what's going on. We've got an area of low pressure up across parts of North Texas. There's a front trailing behind that. That front comes through a little bit later tonight. But out ahead of it, we're seeing a lot of cloud cover and those light showers. It's been very light. We've only picked up about 1/10 of an inch or a little more than that at the airport from all this activity this morning. You can see the clearing lines back out here around Uvalde and Eagle Pass. So that's where the sun is starting to pop out. Quick check of the live radar. Still seeing some of these light returns here around San Antonio. So that means more of these showers. It means more wet roads if you're getting out and traveling here over the next couple of hours. Nothing that's terribly heavy, but we are noticing kind of a broken line of showers, maybe a few heavier downpours working their way east into the city, and that will be around here for the next hour or so. Temperature-wise, 53 at the airport, 52 Boerne Stage, 53 Rio Medina. It's going to be chilly until that sun makes its way out. 61 degrees at 3 o'clock. That's when we think the sun begins to appear. And temperatures probably holding there mid to low 60s. Tonight, we clear out, temperatures drop. We eventually make our way down into the 40s. Wind chills tomorrow morning can be in the 30s. We'll talk more about that and the chilly week ahead coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. San Antonio police say a man who may have thought he was protecting his girlfriend ended up hurting her and others. They say he ran over her as he purposely steered his truck toward a security guard outside of a local bar. As Katrina Weber reports, the guard, an off-duty police officer, also suffered injuries.
Trouble outside Cowboys Dance Hall started with problems inside, according to San Antonio police. They say shortly before closing time at this bar near Loop 410 and Austin Highway, a driver purposely ran into a security guard, pinning him between two cars. Investigators believe the guard, an off-duty Von Ormy police officer working a side job, was trying to question the driver's girlfriend about an attack inside on a bar employee. That's when police say the man behind the wheel hit the gas, not only hitting the guard, but his girlfriend. She suffered a head injury and was taken to a hospital. The guard also left in an ambulance, although police say he had minor injuries. After what happened at Cowboys, police say the driver tried to get away, but they caught him after he came up this bridge here on Austin Highway and crashed. The 31-year-old driver also was injured. But what may be more painful for him is the legal trouble he now faces. The list includes charges related to hit and run and assaulting a police officer. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Opening statements beginning today in a trial for a man who is charged with severely injuring his 4-month-old son. Terrence Wayne Harper charged with injury to a child causing bodily injury. Harper is accused of either shaking or striking his son back in 2018. It caused multiple injuries, including a brain injury. Harper also has a pending capital murder charge for the death of a 5-month-old back in 2012. That case reopened after the 2018 incident. Eric Hernandez has a full report coming up on this trial later this afternoon.
Money from the Uvalde Together We Rise Fund is starting to go to approved applicants. That fund has raised more than $22 million. Jeff Dion, executive director of the National Compassion Fund overseeing that money, says 100% of the money will be given out. They are working with a local committee made up of 10 people. One of their major objectives was to figure out who will get part of that money and how much. The recipients include legal heirs of the 21 victims, survivors with physical injuries, those with psychological trauma, and others. 448 of the submitted applicants have been approved to receive those funds. The steering committee will not make the amounts payable public to the applicants because of privacy and safety issues. Once all of the money is dispersed, it will be independently audited.
The Alamo, go ahead, David.
And happening tonight, the Uvalde community will be able to see how the new elementary school is coming along. The Uvalde CISD Moving Forward Foundation and Uvalde CISD Community Advisory Committee hosting a community preview to share progress on the new elementary school. It all starts with a preview at 5 tonight at the Weber Auditorium at the Herbie Ham Activity Center. A presentation will follow at 6. We'll take a closer look at the new developments and how the community feels coming up tonight at 5 and again on KSAT 12 News at 6.
The Alamo College's District Police Department now trying to get accredited, and the organization that decides if it does get accreditation wants to hear from you. There's a team from the International Association of Campus Law Enforcement Administrators examining all aspects of the Alamo College's District Police Department policies and procedures, as well as management, operation, and support services. So in order to achieve accredited status, the department has to comply with 227 standards. Public comments part of the process, and that is what is happening this afternoon from 2 to 4. There's a phone number on your screen. That's what you call if you want to take part. It is 210-486-1810. Today, the final day to make your arrangements for a free Thanksgiving meal delivery from the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner. People can reserve that dinner delivery by calling United Way of San Antonio and or the Bexar County's 211 helpline. You have until midnight tonight. The meals are reserved for those who are homebound or physically impaired or have a loved one who is homebound or impaired. The total of 3,200 meals are going to be delivered, and up to 10 meals can be requested per household. Of course, what you're looking at right now is the in-person dinner, and there will be one of those as well on Thanksgiving Day.
San Antonio has another sports champion. San Antonio FC still celebrating their big championship win last night. We've got highlights coming up.
Police say they have someone in custody after that deadly shooting at a Virginia university. What we're learning about the suspect this noon.
A suspect now in custody after gunfire erupted at the University of Virginia, killing at least 3 people.
ABC's Alexis Christoforous says the school's president has now confirmed the alleged gunman is a student.
Authorities now taking Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. into custody, a student at the University of Virginia who police allege shot at least 5 people on a campus bus, killing 3.
They were Devin Chandler, a second year from Virginia Beach, Virginia, Lavelle Davis, a third-year student from Ridgeville, South Carolina, and Deshaun Perry, a fourth-year student from Miami, Florida. All 3 were members of the football team.
I have 2 people shot. One person's at the UVA box office, way down, and one person's at the Colbert Garage, shot in the chest. Another woman shot where you shot at, in her leg.
The shots first reported at 10:30 p.m. at a garage near the center of campus in Charlottesville.
I heard the gunshots when they originally happened. I'm terrified. I have no words. I never thought I'd be in that kind of situation. It's like I'm calling my family, my friends.
The university has canceled all classes today. Authorities lifted a shelter-in-place order this morning after searching campus grounds for the suspect.
It's sad that we have to go through this as college students. It's always been a fear of mine growing up.
Multiple law enforcement agencies, including the ATF and Virginia State Police, are involved in the investigation. Authorities have not released a possible motive for the shooting. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
Outside with live cam is the nasty. Oh, nope, not yet.
You can't even see it.
The nastiness is still there.
Yeah, you can't.
Look at that.
Does that not depict Monday?
It does. I think we all got a case of the Mondays, no?
Yeah.
Feels that way. Listen, some of this rain is going to clear out. We should get a little bit of clearing later today, but in the meantime, it's still pretty murky out there. The aquifer is up 1/10 of a foot to 635.7 in your pollen count. All this dampness has led to higher counts of mold. They're moderate at 650. We've got to look at your forecast, and we're talking below average temperatures through the foreseeable future. We'll take a look coming up.
Tell you what, from Friday night on till now, Mother Nature is like, yeah, thought you had an easy summer, didn't you?
Yeah, we're going to make things interesting now.
Well, after the summer that we had, this feels okay. I think we're happy with the cool down. It is kind of dreary outside today, though. Rain's coming down. We still got some drizzle out there, and it's going to continue for a little while longer. Let's start with the radar and get you up to date on where the rain is right now. We've got some heavier rain now starting to develop out near the Gonzales area up towards LaGrange. That is moving away from San Antonio. And as you look off to the east, there are still some showers working through. So our eastern counties, Lavaca County, Cuero, over towards Gonzales and Howattsville, you're still going to get rain for several more hours before this comes to an end. But if you're watching us from west of San Antonio, the rain is starting to wind down. And we've got a little line of showers that will work their way through San Antonio. And I think once this passes, then we'll start to see things quiet down here in San Antonio rain-wise. Clouds are still there for another couple of hours. Then eventually we'll see those kind of clear out too. Here's a little closer look at some of those heavier pockets of rain, and they're hit or miss, but they may force you to turn the windshield wipers on high briefly. Doesn't last very long. And again, we picked up about 0.15 of an inch of rain at the airport. So this has not been a big rainmaker. It's been more of just kind of a nuisance type rain. We'll take it nonetheless. We'll take anything we can get at this point. Outside, 53 with rain still coming down at the airport. Dew point is at 52. Temperature in Dew Point still very close. We had some fog earlier as well. Northerly winds at about 6 miles per hour. And as we look at the satellite picture here, this really does tell the story nicely. There's kind of that last batch of rain that's coming through. And then behind it, there's a clearing line, and it's scooting. So this will move into San Antonio a little bit later this afternoon, and you'll start to see some peaks of sun, which in theory will boost our temperatures a little bit from where they are right now. 53 degrees at the airport, 55 Kerrville. But out in the sun, it's 61 in Rock Springs, 61 in Junction, 55 in Uvalde, but that number will go up with a little bit of sun there. Meantime, for those who are underneath this cloud cover and rain, temperatures will be held down. So 48 Austin, 53 New Braunfels, 58 in Gonzales, and 61 right now in Victoria. Around Bexar County, 53 Helotes, 57 Castroville, 53 in Randolph, 56 down there in Pleasanton. Here's our forecast, and I mentioned that clearing line slowly but surely making its way towards San Antonio. There it is around 2 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock. And then once that moves out, we should see fairly clear skies, at least for the start of tonight. More clouds will try to move in tomorrow morning. But you'll notice some northwesterly winds kicking in. So the winds will be a little bit gusty this afternoon. They really pick up tonight out of the north. And we could see some gusts close to 35 miles per hour, especially around the 10 o'clock hour. Still windy most of tonight and by tomorrow morning. Not as windy, but still breezy. And when you get winds like that, gusting to 15, 20 miles per hour, and temperatures as cold as we're expecting them to get, wind chill values will come into play tomorrow morning. So here's a look at the forecast. 2 p.m. 57, 61 at 3 o'clock. By 4 p.m. we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies, 63. 58 at 6 o'clock, 56 by 7 p.m. down to 54 at 8 o'clock. And notice the winds out of the north, 10 to 20 miles per hour at this point. 50 at 10 o'clock, 49, 11, and by midnight, we're sitting at 49. Then tomorrow morning, we dip all the way down close to 40 for a low. This is what it will feel like. 34 here in San Antonio, 25 Fair Oaks Ranch, 32 in New Braunfels, 28 Canyon Lake, 24 Kerrville. So it's going to be a very chilly morning. Jacket weather tomorrow morning for sure. And as we look at the big picture here, our low is right here, and there's snow north of that. Some pretty heavy snow across the Texas Panhandle today, and then some good rain out ahead of it. There'll be some heavier rain across East Texas. We're just, for the most part, missing out on that, which is the way it's been, it feels like all year. This storm system passes by, and you look behind it, there's not much there. We're just going to get some reinforcing shots of cooler, drier air throughout the rest of this week, and that'll keep things pretty chilly. Our average this time of year is around 70. Look at the highs this week. 64 today, 58 tomorrow, 55 Wednesday, 57 Thursday, 56 Thursday, or Friday, I should say, and we may be down close to 50 on Saturday with another chance of rain. So it's going to be a chilly stretch here. The chance of rain shifts back in on Saturday. There's about a 30% shot there, 20% chance on Sunday. Otherwise, the overnight lows in the 30s Wednesday and Thursday morning. We'll watch for another light freeze in the hill country, especially on Thursday mornings. So this feels a lot more like fall, guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kind of like a San Antonio winter as well.
Oh, that's true, too. Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
Hey, the Spurs are California dreaming this week. They're dreaming for some road wins. We got that for you coming up. Just last night at Toyota Field, it's Louisville City FC, the top team in the East, and San Antonio FC, the top team in the West. For the USL Championship Trophy, San Antonio was able to win their first championship in the United Soccer League with a 3-1 victory. It is the second championship under head coach Alan Marcina in San Antonio, who won the league championship when they were the San Antonio Scorpions of the NASL. We'll have more on their big game throughout the day. Hey, our San Antonio Spurs are on the West Coast, where they will face the Golden State Warriors tonight. Tip-off of a 5-game road trip. They're starting in San Francisco, then they head to Portland for a game tomorrow night, and then to Sacramento, then off to L.A. to take on the Clippers and the Lakers. There are a couple of back-to-backs on this trip. It is 5 games in 7 nights. Tough road trip for a young team. The good news, they ended their 5-game losing streak by beating the Bucks on Friday night in them flashy uniforms. Don't those things look good? 111-93 was that final. Keldon Johnson led the way with 29 points. 6 players down from Milwaukee with injuries, including Giannis Antetokounmpo and Drew Holiday. But who cares? Everybody has to deal with injuries. Spurs have dealt with injuries, no problem. Here's a look at the Spurs schedule. And you can see it's Golden State tonight, and then it's Portland, and then it's Sacramento, and then it's to L.A. for a little beach time. Yeah, right. The Clippers, and then the Lakers Saturday and Sunday. Those are that second set of back-to-backs. So good luck.
Whether you have an Apple or an Android, you are going to want to protect that expensive phone. New today at 5, find out what to look for when picking out a case for that cell phone.